Long ago, at the furthest point of the oceans and the earth, there was a mountain called Koh Qaf. It was the loftiest, the highest, the most mysterious place. They say it was there that legends, fairy tales and myths were born. They say it was there that the seen and the unseen, the natural and the supernatural, the marvelous and the miraculous met. They say it was there that the magical bird, the Simurgh, had her nest. One called her the firebird. One called her the phoenix. One called her the eastern sun. Simurgh, the ageless, who had seen the destruction of the world 3 times. Simurgh, the protective, who had unraveled the puzzles of life. Simurgh, the benevolent, who knew the secrets of time. Simurgh, with a lion's claws, an eagle's body, a dog's head, with a long feathered peacock's tail, with wings, the vastest, widest wings that united the earth with the sky. Wings as large as 30 birds. Each bird a unique color. 30 birds of 30 colors. Simurgh و 30 رنگ. When the Simurgh took flight, the beatings of her rainbow wings caused the seeds to scatter all over the ground, bringing life. When the Simurgh took flight, the beatings of her rainbow wings caused the sky to turn dark, as though a giant rain cloud had appeared, bringing life. Keep all of that in your mind. One fine day, as the Simurgh was flying high above Mount Elbrus, she suddenly noticed a naked infant abandoned in the rocks. The infant was crying so hard. Soon, the all-knowing Simurgh knew it all. The infant was Zal, the son of Sam, the ruler of Sistan. When Zal was born with white hair, Sam assumed that his own son was an old man or a cub of the evil Ahriman. Fearing that it was a punishment from the gods, he shouted, "Take that child away! Take him to the mountains, to the forests, to the deserts. Leave him alone to die." The Simurgh sat beside Zal. The minute she set her eyes on Zal, an endless entity, compassion, love filled her heart. The mystical bird, Simurgh, picked Zal. She picked him from the boiling rocks with her strong claws. Up, up, higher, higher, to the peak of Mount Alborz, close to the sun. She placed him in her giant nest, next to her little ones. They say it wasn't the first time. The Simurgh raised great heroes in her nest. The Simurgh raised Zal like her own son. She taught him all the languages. She taught him all the existing rules of life. Zal, the white-haired boy, grew strong. He spoke with all the beings, sang with the wind, learned the rhythms of life. The Simurgh told all her stories to Zal. Zal looked out of the nest at the stars. Imagined himself a prince in a distant land, in a distant land called Persia. Back in Persia, Sam was an old man now. His hair white, his beard white. He had no peace of mind. All he had was lifeless days and sleepless nights. Nightmares haunted him every single night. The whales in the ocean, the birds in the sky, beasts in the jungle, fish in the sea, they all love their little ones except this man who calls himself the mighty Sam. There is no love in him. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look again. Answer me. Is it sin to have white hair now? Your son is alive. He's somewhere far. He never died. Sam woke up, ashamed, remorseful. He began his search all over Persia for his son. He walked and walked and walked till he found himself at the foot of Mount Alborz. He tried to climb, but he failed each time he tried. He gave up. He threw himself on the rocks, sobbing, poured stones and dust on his head, weeping. The Simurgh heard Sam's cries. She listened. She turned to Zal, the boy she loved like her own son. It is time for you to be united with your father, Sam. Zal cried. Have no doubts, I will be with you. You are never alone. Do not despair. Take this feather of mine. Keep it with you all the time. If ever you're in trouble, burn it. I will be with you in no time. Zal, calm down. The mystical bird, the Simurgh, took Zal up, swooped over the stones and placed him next to his father, Sam. Sam saw Zal. Zal saw Sam. Zal was truly so handsome. Sam's heart turned into a garden of paradise. Sam threw his arms around his son. Please forgive me. Accept my love. Let the past vanish. Allow the future with me. Your father, Sam. Zal forgave his father, the mighty Sam. Many years have passed by. Zal is sitting next to Rudabe, his heavily pregnant wife. Rudabe is in pain. Her stomach is so huge. Everyone wonders, is she carrying iron and stones inside her? Rudabe is in pain. The pain is so tremendous, it consumes her. Rudabe falls unconscious. One of the maidens is pressing Rudabe's exhausted and weary legs. Sindocht, her mother, loses all her hopes. She pleads with Zal. Zal, do something. Do something. Save my daughter and my grandchild. Zal looks at Rudabe and cries. Tears clear his mind. Zal smiles. He remembers the Simurgh's words. Zal remembers the feather that is so close to his heart. He places the feather in fire, the sacred, pure fire. The feather burns. The clouds block the light. The widest, vastest wings unite the earth with the sky. 30 rainbow shades fill everyone's eyes. The Simurgh, everyone looks up. The Simurgh arrives. Zal bowed down and kissed the ground. The Simurgh gave exact instructions to Zal, line by line. Give some old red wine to your wife, my son. Call a wise healer. Ask him to take a dagger, cut the waist of your wife. Give her healing herbs. Then take the child out of her womb. Stroke her wound with a feather of mine. She will heal without any scar. Zal did exactly as the Simurgh instructed him, line by line. Rudabe gave birth to a huge son, a miracle child, a lion cub. Rudabe gave birth to Rostam, Rostam Dastan. The mystical bird once more took flight. Her rainbow wings beating in the sky, beating in the sky. She flew high back to the mountain, کوه قاف.